Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good night.
What the fuck was that, guys? Jesus.
And good morning.
He said good afternoon. You're supposed to say
Yeah.
good afternoon, good morning, good evening,
I
good
thought it was going to go
Good-
good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. And
No.
go round and round and round and round.
Okay.
Because that's a
Good
bit
afternoon,
spin.
morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Media Posdact.
Oh, a correct title for a change.
It's not the correct title. It's a Jar Media Podcast.
Who's this dude right next to me right here?
Who the
Is
fuck
that
is this?
Jordan right there?
It is Jordan.
It's looking like it.
It's
Hello,
the
Jordan.
Homeboy.
And there's your homeboy Alex over there as well.
Greetings.
hasn't got out of bed. We've only just pulled him out of bed. He's still got his dressing gown on. You know.
Who sleeps in their dressing gown?
Alex does.
I'd like to start this podcast off by thanking the old Patreons.
The patrons over at Patreon.
James has created this monster.
Yeah,
You're no
Well,
longer
whatever.
patrons, you're the Patreons.
yeah. They are Patreon.
Well, to be honest, there was also another monster I created.
What's that?
This
Argy.
one. Hey.
No, seriously. Argy, he's so nice with me, so respectful with me. Only bites me when he's really on edge because of Billy the cat or, something
Billy.
like that. However, when Argy's around James, holy hell is he prepared.
No, to be who's he laying next to?
Well, because
Me.
he's loving
me.
your energy right now. He's like looking around to see if there's something to...
No, you just don't realise that dogs love me. I'm so good with dogs. Argy,
Mhm.
Argy, he hates it and we fight. But at the end of the day, when I walk through that door, he's charging and he's so happy to see me. I've also made Gaius even more of a psycho.
Great with dogs, I see.
He's a border collie, he's just hyper, but he loves me.
What are we talking about on this episode?
We are talking about we finally caved. We're going to finally talk about the diplomatic state of Bosnia.
So,
I don't know a single thing about Bosnia.
I do. I know
The question is it a real place?
Yes.
No.
Bosnia.
no way is it
and
real.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Bosnia.
Bosnia, yeah. You just made it up.
Maybe Balaya, I believe that was a real
Balaya
place.
is probably a real place, but Bosnia. Come on,
It's a real
James.
place. And
Get
there's a lot of memes
creative.
around it.
Get more creative.
There was a massive war in Bosnia and there was loads of riches.
Oh, massive wars everywhere.
No, but at the end of the day, the important thing is that it's got a really fucked political system. And that's why I've said that for so long.
Yep.
It's a meme that's actually transcended jar because it's normal. It's a normal meme now. I've seen it. Non-jar related, just meme.
Why are you doing that to his hair? You're getting it everywhere.
Oh yeah, shit. Look at him though. He looks fucking edgy.
Speaking
Oh
of,
my god. Oh my god.
James, this episode,
Oh no.
this
Alex,
episode
shut
can be
up.
labelled James and his edgy opinions.
No, it's called Boil or whatever.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode. Don't worry, I'm finding it now.
I've got no edgy opinions.
Please introduce one of these edgy opinions.
I'm
of
not. We're not
James.
talking about my edgy opinions because I don't have any.
Yes, we are.
Well,
Right before we started recording, we've just been debating non-stop.
okay, no.
One-sided debates, mind you. being a true,
Okay, let's
being
start.
the true SJW cuck that he is.
No. I'm going to make the case that James is conservative. And not only conservative, but a fascist.
That's
okay,
the
make
grand
this
irony.
case. Okay, you got to start now.
That's
Let's-
the grand irony.
So, marijuana.
Okay, marijuana.
How do you... What was the word you used to describe the act of smoking marijuana?
Yeah.
A bonge. The bonge.
No,
just-
that was specifically for the bonge.
No,
No.
yesterday,
No.
last night.
No, last night was different. If you smoke weed,
What?
it doesn't matter if you smoke weed. If you do it with a blunt, a pipe, whatever, a bong just looks a bit gross to me.
That's not what you said yesterday.
I mean, it was
That
late
ain't what you
night
said.
and you annoyed me.
Bad excuses.
No. I have marijuana sauce.
Marinara.
Yeah.
No, the truth came out.
Mm-hmm.
No, you just...
Repeat what James said for the
I
jury.
said it was disgusting. I said weed was disgusting.
No, you said it was dirty.
Yeah,
It was
scummy.
dirty. No, not scummy. As in it's like dirty, as in like dirt on your carpet. That dirty, not dirty as in scummy. But if you want to smoke blunts or pipes, you can do that. It's fine. You can do your bong. You can smoke weed. I don't care.
You'll
It
just
should be
think-
legal.
you'll
No,
ju-
it should
you
be.
just think they're scummy.
No,
or
I don't think
dirty.
there's. I don't look at Alex and think he's lower than me.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. There's nothing. There's
You
nothing.
think I'm a fucking dirtball?
No,
you think I'm a dirt
not
bag?
at all. No, why would I think that? I want it to be legal. It should be legal. People should be able to go into a shop and get it. I'm all for that. 100%. Government's stupid for not doing that. I just think.
But you're not dirty enough to do it yourself.
No, I just.
You don't want to sink to their level.
It's not my thing. It's not the thing I want to do with my time. I don't want to do that. I want to go clean my wheels on my car or play with the engine. That's what I like. I just don't want to get high. It's not my thing.
That's fine.
It's fine. I've got no problem with weed. That's just.
I just think that phrasing could have offended some people.
What, calling
Come
them
on.
Calling
dirty?
them dirty.
It was late night and we were.
You said it just earlier about a bong.
I said that is disgusting because I think the bong is like.
So you think people that use bongs are dirty?
No, I think no. There's nothing dirty.
James is just anal about things.
It's.
If it, no,
I am
no,
anal
he's-
about being clean, and the bong.
No,
it
but
just
to the
looks a
point where
bit-
it's like, that's ridiculous. Like, that when you go to get a drink of water and you pick up the glass and you like analyze it for
We've got the
30 seconds.
in our town. We have like the chalkiest water, and that's just a fact.
You
And
do. It's lovely.
but you also can't stand limescale,
Oh,
and
no,
that's one
no,
hell
no,
of
no.
a catch-22.
No, Limescale. If you go to your at my work, we have to save time, because big businessmen want all the money they can get. So they have these machines which auto boils water, so it's always boiling all the time. And the nozzles are so thick with limescale that on top of your tea there'll be a thick layer of
Ugh.
shit.
Do they not use a filter?
I don't know, but it makes the tea taste disgusting, and that makes me feel sick. Because it
That's
actually,
fair though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm anal about cleanliness, about like glasses and stuff, but that's like the most extreme level where I'm just like, okay, that's gross. It's just, I don't know, it's like I've had so many experiences of going into pizza and getting a glass that has like food chunks on it. It's like I'm fucking traumatized by it, to the fact that now if I see something on a glass, I feel like it's
Maybe
Not
Pizza
cleaned?
Hut's the issue and not the rest of the world.
no, because it's even like sometimes you put your stuff in a dishwasher, you might overload it a bit, and there'll still be chunks of food stuck
You just
on
rinse it
some
off,
bits.
it's alright.
Yeah, but I just,
it's clean food because it's been through the dishwasher.
Exactly.
for me, you don't just flick it off. It has to go in the dishwasher again. It has to be properly cleaned. I don't
That's
know
ridiculous
why.
though.
I know it's ridiculous, but it's just like things have got to be clean.
I kind of hate hygiene.
Yeah.
I think it's horse shit. I thought that I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine recently, and there's a certain joke that I thought resonated with me particularly well, and that was they said they don't clean their towels because it's only used to on like clean stuff.
That was a good joke.
Yeah, and the thing I've used that philosophy for a long time. Not
Mhm.
that I'd never clean my towels, but I mean, I'm like, I could put this in the washing machine, or
You mean like towels that you use after a shower that are just mopping up your clean body?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't wash them that
like a
regularly.
top half, like for my hair and shit.
You don't wash your towels regularly.
I have two towels. One for the top half, one for the bottom half.
Yeah,
And no, I don't wash them regularly. I don't put
When
them
do
in-
they get washed?
When do they? I don't have a strict rota for
Okay,
it. It's
no,
just
give me an
when poo
average.
stains start appearing.
when visible stains are there. Yeah,
Every week. Every week. The towel should be cleaned every week. How often do you clean your bedding?
When poo/blood stains start showing up.
blood.
How often do you wash yours?
Towels are done on a weekly
No,
basis.
your bedding.
Throughout bedding.
You mentioned the weekly basis for towels.
Towels. Bedding's like every 2 weeks. It's changed completely. Because you got to remember,
It's just a feeling though. You get in bed and you're like, yeah.
I hate getting
These
into a freshly made bed.
I
that's,
like that.
That's that is. There's no
Nah.
better feeling than
No,
that.
you want to
just
you want to like sink into all your dead skin that's been there for like 3 months, and like it's like a cocoon made from like
You.
biological matter. You know, really quite nice.
No, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Towels need to be cleaned.
Hand
regularly.
towels though. If it's just you in the house, whatever. But if there are multiple people,
Yeah, or if you got guests coming or something,
Yeah,
Like, I ain't gonna
that's
give
fair
them my
enough.
fucking butt
That's fair
towel
enough.
to...
Poo stains out.
Yeah.
It's a bit faded.
But yeah, that is a rabbit hole cycle. What's it called? A rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
love it, Alex.
It's
Yeah.
not a rabbit hole cycle.
It's a
But-
rabbit hole. Yeah, that's the one. For some reason, I was getting like two phrases mixed up in my head. A self-fulfilling cycle of
Yeah,
pessimism.
there you go.
See, so you shouldn't make me out as if I hate weed and I think people are lesser, because that's not the case.
No, we only think
I'm
you hate
pro-
I'm
weed
just
because you,
exaggerating it
Yeah.
because it sounds funny.
I'm pro
and
weed.
because every time it comes up, you say we're dirty scumbags.
I never say that ever. You are though.
Well, why do you think you're not interested in being intoxicated by anything?
I don't like being out of my head. I explained this to you yesterday briefly, that I can only explain it as a sport mode in a car. If you're not on the
He's a
sport
Brooklyn
mode,
Nine-Nine character.
if you're not on the sport mode, you're missing out, and I don't like that. And it's like if I'm
So
high,
your brain right now is the sport mode.
I'm always on the sport mode. I can't do
So
I-
the least
all the
efficient,
time.
most wasteful mode.
Yes. And it's just like if I go out this sport mode, you know, I'm not getting the full experience, so I have to be in it all the time.
No, but like,
It's a bit.
sure, what
it's
are
hard
you
to
not? Are you
explain.
not missing an experience by going through your entire life without, like, trying?
I've
different
tried things.
No,
but it's
I know, but I
weed
mean,
is not one of them.
don't do drugs, kids.
I've never really been drunk either, though.
Yeah, I know.
But by that, I think Alex agrees with me. It's just drinking a large quantity to get it. It's just like a bit.
I've never been shit-faced.
I've never been shit-faced.
There's a nice level you can get to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no, but
then
That is somewhat comparable to like marijuana.
the
Except
nice
you're way
level,
more like what the kind of.
The nicer level of like alcohol is like probably 2 glasses of whiskey. It's like that's it. That's satisfying. That's it. Done. You're not 15.
It's funny
cans
that you
out.
like whiskey though, because that's
I
one
know.
of the strongest alcohols available.
But it's because I don't drink alcohol like other people. People go to a pub, buy 3 pints, and that's their whole evening.
A lot of people drink it to get drunk.
Yeah, but I will sit there, play Breath of the Wild with jazz in the background, just drinking a bit of whiskey. That's like it's not.
Oh, right.
It's not the case. I'm not drinking it to get drunk. It's like it's an atmosphere thing, I guess. It's like when you're with your friends and you're just drinking a bit of whiskey. It's like it makes it so much better instead of if it was comparable and you're just drinking shitloads of like cider. It just makes it. It's just not the same.
But you like cigars.
Okay, no, you peer pressured me into liking
No,
cigars.
no,
we
that's
fucking
bullshit.
didn't.
We
You
wanted
peer
some
pressured us into buying you one.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
didn't.
yeah, you made us think we were leaving you out. So then it was like, oh, I don't want to leave James out if you're actually interested.
With the
in it.
cigars, it kind of goes on with the whiskey thing. It's like an atmospheric kind of. It's the mood type thing. You're in the mood.
But it is
for
a
that.
drug.
It is. Yeah. But when we had it, we had whiskey as well. There was no jazz because
You drink coffee regularly. Also a drug.
I know.
It's a stimulant.
No, not regularly. I'm only now becoming an adult, which means drinking coffee. Recently, I've never touched coffee. until this week.
Frappuccinos.
Never say that again. That was bullshit.
Say what bit?
Drinking coffee because you're an adult. Like,
I know,
you're not
that's
an
a-
adult
that's a-
until you.
I was taking the piss.
I know, but like that's an actual thing.
I know
like,
people think.
You know
yeah.
those fucking signs like, I drink coffee until it's time for wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like
fucking
to keep
cringy.
me going.
Yeah.
It's like fuck off.
I don't know. I've just.
It's just it's like so ironic. Like as a culture, we're so like anti all the drugs that aren't legal,
But,
Mhm.
but the ones that are, it's like fuck yeah, let's go.
It's hilarious.
Let's go knee deep
That's
into
the-
this shit.
Brilliant irony of it all.
like alcohol, caffeine, just like that shit's everywhere. It's normal.
Yeah.
No,
energy drink
I think I
companies are
mentioned it
huge.
on a previous JARCAST, but I find it so hilarious that in like every supermarket, one of the biggest aisles is alcohol.
alcohol.
Mhm.
The options you have available, the choice, so many different ones. You have experts there who can point you towards your specific flavour or fucking
Yeah.
whatever you feel like.
Oh, that's completely normal. You go to
No, it's totally normal. It's
Yeah.
encouraged even.
if you go to a Michelin-starred restaurant, they're gonna offer you fucking expensive wine. Like it has to happen. And
It's just like a weird double standard. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I don't even understand it because it's the only ones I can understand are like cocaine and heroin and stuff where you don't conventionally like drink it or.
You have to like.
But with weed, you smoke it just like cigars and cigarettes, which have been legal for ever since they were invented.
Yeah. It's because of their cultural significance to like. We can only talk about the UK.
Yeah.
Beer and pubs and that kind of culture is so ingrained, and of course smoking goes with that. Both been around for so long.
Yeah.
That any new thing is a bit like, what the? It's a shame though, because the people that we have a pretty bad cocaine problem, I'm pretty sure, in the UK. But if you could get it safely, then you might be able to stop some of the crime and the death that because of people who are scared to come forward or go to a hospital. Or
the tricky thing is those ones in particular, cocaine and heroin, super addictive. So
think about all the people that die, like say with heroin because you inject it.
Blood.
Needles, reusing needles, like safely.
Yeah, but if you could legally purchase it, how many people would just turn to that one time, and because it's so addictive, they're stuck on it for the rest of their life, and they
I don't know if they
OD
would one time then suddenly be addicted to it. Or
you know.
If it's a problem when it's illegal, it would be a problem if it was legal.
But the issue is that it's criminal though. So like you have these people who are helplessly addicted to these substances, but they have
no support because it's illegal.
Yeah, the worst case is when you're given really powerful, like if you were in a car accident and you got like a leg injury and you needed really powerful painkillers.
Yeah,
it's the same.
Yeah, they already give out euphoric like painkillers.
No, but the thing is,
in the NHS anyway.
Those really powerful drugs, people break into pharmacies to get them because it's
for heroin.
Yeah,
because people get addicted, and then it's way cheaper to take heroin than to. Like in America, because of Big Pharma, it's way cheaper to get a hold of heroin than to keep buying painkillers, because you're so addicted. Like you're gonna do one or the other.
Just lesser down ones. It should just be legal, pretty much.
Well, it's just odd for it to be so considered so criminal and so bad. But at the same time, they are profiting and making money off of selling it anyway. And no one's going to make the case that alcohol and cigarettes and coffee is good for you. No one thinks that. But like, we've just made an exception for them, I guess. Think about, like, if you compare the statistics of like the damage, like alcohol and smoking and stuff.
Well, that's what I mean though. Like, what we as a society have done with alcohol and cigarettes, like, it doesn't make a good case for legalizing other drugs, because we obviously love it and just abuse it.
Well, would you not prefer the option and the freedom to choose, as opposed to the government telling you which ones are legal and not for arbitrary, hypocritical, nonsensical reasons that are based in only historical like relevance and cultural relevance?
I mean, I think it's laws that are left over from, like, we need to build a society and we can't be successful if half of our people are taking heroin.
Part of it is though the allure. People like the fact that like it's illegal and you're not allowed to take it and stuff like that.
If it's against the rules, people are going to take it.
People are going to get it no matter what. They're going to chase highs.
And that high is
surely like getting it safely and securely and having support networks available, and it not being like considered such a dirty, disgusting kind of thing and people feel ashamed for.
No, I that's the thing. I wouldn't call like heroin users like dirty or disgusting. That I mean,
but I feel like that's a general sort of accepted opinion and attitude
I just think
towards that.
It shouldn't be like easy to get a hold of.
Yeah, obviously there should be, I don't know, if they implemented some kind of restriction or,
I mean, then
obviously
then
age limits and
then it's still the government like telling you what you can and can't do.
This is the JARCAST. We don't like research things beforehand or anything. I don't have any statistics
None of
to
us
pull from
know
my head,
anything.
but you might know this, James. Is it right that in Portugal every drug is legal?
Yes. Portugal decriminalised drugs, basically. Yeah. So they're still illegal, but there's no... So if you get caught with weed or, LSD, you don't go to prison, you don't get a criminal record. It's to obviously make it so if people get caught at a young age, they're not ruining their life by having it. It's like there's support networks for it, and it's just like...
See, that seems like a smart thing to do to me.
No, but it's a massive success. It's been 100% positive.
Yeah, it was a long time ago now, but I found some article that would put together all these statistics of like the drug, I think it was death rates or something, compared to Portugal, and the immediate change they've seen since changing that law.
Yeah. No, doing it like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's strange to have laws like with just possession, because I mean, really, they're not the issue. It's like where they get it from.
Yeah, I suppose the idea was that it was supposed to sort of disincentivize doing it or getting it or supporting it in any way.
But I mean, if you're addicted to opioids, you're going to take opioids.
Yeah. But it's just hilarious we're at a point now where, especially weed, going back to weed, law enforcement barely give a shit anymore.
No, they don't. They don't care at all.
Unless you're an actual dealer or you're caught with like an obscene amount. Like they have bigger fish to fry. And like if you decriminalized weed,
they'd have
criminalized.
There'd be more time and resources to put to actual really severe crimes which are understaffed, and we don't have enough.
And we already have like a police problem in the UK anyway.
Yeah.
They're already stretched thin as it is. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'm sure there's bits and bobs I haven't thought about or don't know, but
it's just you can't underestimate any drug, really.
No. But it's like if you're doing it in a controlled environment, now that weed is being legalized in so many different countries and whatnot, it's more data at the very least, so we can learn about it, see the positives and negatives, actually understand it, as opposed to just making it this monster in the closet that everyone's scared to actually talk about.
Yeah,
it's just,
I mean, like the war on drugs back in like the 80s was so ludicrous, getting like 80 years in prison for selling weed.
Yeah.
And some
in
of
America, mainly.
Yeah, and these people are still in prison in America.
Yeah, that's a little bit nuts.
Even in like states where it's legal now, and they're still in prison.
That's
no,
bizarre.
wasn't there like a big issue though, like the American government like importing a lot of the drugs to like bust the chains and shit, like Pablo Escobar era. Because I'm pretty sure the like CIA was like involved in that in some way.
I wouldn't know.
It's like that Tom Cruise movie that's based on a true story, but it's actually
that's right. Yeah,
there is some actual evidence of the American government importing it to like sell to find out.
Yeah, they had like an inside man. Yeah. It's been a while since I
think it's a known fact. Even Killer Mike references it in his songs. So yeah, it's like no, but we all know as soon as Theresa May goes home, she probably just gets fucking shit faced on weed.
Probably opens a bottle of wine.
Do. I just don't like the what's the word?
It's like, especially with weed though. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made there.
Incredible amount of money.
A lot of money to be made.
Yeah, it's a
and
popular
our
drug
country doesn't really have any. All of our services are all under paid.
Anyway, yeah, I think that topic is done.
Basically, after this, we're gonna get shit faced on weed. Basically.
Yeah, I don't like angling conversations purely around UK stuff for long periods of time, because it does alienate some of the people listening. When we get so specific, but whatever.
I want to know. I will read the comments of this video because I want to see what, like, if people think weed is dirty, if like all drugs are just.
Like recently, an example. The Halo YouTuber, or the gaming YouTuber, I guess he is, the Act Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He made a video called like
High Ideas
for Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Where the kind of gimmick of the video is that he was high on marijuana and he was coming up with these like ideas that he thought would be cool in the video game. And he lives in Washington where it is legal.
Yeah.
So, but he got like a backlash from people because of the weed angle, whereas if you think about, like, there's so many videos where it's like, drunk guy does this, drunk guy goes, that kind of thing. Getting shit-faced and watching
Madagascar 3.
Yeah. It's just fun. It's just funny to think about.
I find people criticizing him for that a bit cringy. 'Cause it's like, but you're okay with that? Not this. Nah, that's like.
It's just hypocritical, is all. That's the issue. Jim.
Yes.
What matters is we need to go have a few Coronas, boys. Fast and Furious.
Weed is superior though to alcohol.
Yeah, probably is. Alcohol just tastes bad. I imagine just smoking weed is just like.
There's plenty of tasty alcohol.
There's good, but normally like Corona doesn't taste good. Cider tastes alright.
I mean, you're wrong, but okay.
Jim, shut
I'm
up.
wrong.
Yeah.
About which bit?
Well,
I said that it tasted nice.
No, about being drunk is just bad.
No, I didn't say that. I said weed is superior. They're as pleasant.
I'd say
there
it
are
depends on the
pleasantries.
person.
For me, obviously, I can only talk about how it affects me. Some people it just makes them tired.
You should have prefaced that.
Well, you know what?
No,
I can't preface every single sentence
they're
I say.
different.
What's different?
Weed and every drug is going to be a different experience. We don't condone drugs on the JARCAST.
Unless it's cigarettes or alcohol, because they're legal.
They're really cool. And do all of them. Do alcohol. Do cigarettes.
Do a cigar. Put it in your bum bum.
Yeah.
The other one?
No.
No, we got to do it. It's so fucking annoying.
What do you mean it's annoying?
No, right before we started recording, I started the story earlier, right? James was screaming at me because James has this thing about lollies, they're called. Is that right? Lollies.
Yeah, basically cartoon underage porn.
Cartoon underage porn. There was a bit of debate in the JARCAST group chat a few weeks ago. I can't remember why it came up. Whatever. It's just a continuing debate, I suppose. That cartoon drawings of like little girls and boys that like that artist Shadman, he gets in trouble for it a lot.
Yeah, because I mean,
James likens it to actual paedophilia.
No.
That's what you were saying, though.
No. There is a big difference between real children being sexually like abused and being made.
But that was my point, though.
That's
what I was saying.
No, that's not the point I'm saying. There's a big difference between that and drawing a girl with tiny.
There's a big.
Whatever.
There's
that
a
was
big
my entire
difference,
point, though.
but it's also really quite perverted to draw that kind of thing.
That's my point.
We never said that's not.
That's the only
case.
There's this problem with us arguing. I have a point, and the point goes off, and then suddenly my actual original point doesn't exist.
No, because you were making out that it should be like a criminal offence.
No, I think
it's really
it
tricky.
a bit.
I think because didn't Shad draw Keemstar's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that is really disgusting. And that shouldn't be like supported.
No, my opinion is that just drawing underage children in a sexual way is disgusting. That's it. I just find it disgusting because they're children.
There's a case to be made that it probably could normalize it to people, and that isn't.
I'm fine with all of that though. I don't think it should be a criminal or legal offence though to draw that.
I think it's strange for people to defend it though.
It's strange, but like these sexual fetishes that people have, like there's. If we're gonna start singling out like creepy fetishes people have, that's like a never-ending cycle of like.
No, I agree with that. You can't
just pick and choose based on things you hate or whatever.
But I think
I've like never looked at the shit. I get nothing from it, but like.
My problem is I think I would question someone's more like morals, I guess, maybe if they're sitting there and drawing that stuff and consuming it. I think that is a bit disgusting. But my issue is the fact that it's normalised.
Hold on. Give us a sec. We'll be back after these messages to talk about kiddie porn.
I
continue.
think within the anime community very specifically, you know, people who love anime will defend it out of like principle. And I don't get it's like a normal thing that, you know, anime children should be sexualized. I don't get it.
It's not right. Every now and again the debate will come up on Twitter.
I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
Right.
Constantly.
But it's just so bizarre to me.
But that like Japanese artwork and style, like so many animes and mangas like sexualize schoolgirls and that kind of thing already.
Yeah, I mean that's
so it's like no different to me. At the end of the day, they're not real people. It's just a fucking drawing. I don't know why I said that's so weird.
I don't get why people so passionately defend it.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it's like gore porn, you know?
The majority of people wouldn't defend gore porn, but, you know...
Well, there would be people that would come out, but people don't target gore porn and try and, you know...
I mean, it's the same problem, though. I mean, like, if you're fetishizing, like, somebody's cut-off head, then kind of fucked up. Like, something's probably going on in your head, you know?
It's a grey area.
But that's what all... like, every single fetish... It's all like that, though.
No, okay, but the grey area is like, if someone has a fetish for something like leather or something, they're normally going to try and have the person in life do something like that because it's their fetish. So if someone's fetish is gore...
Like, the worrying part is there potentially a bridge into real life?
But
you know, into consuming...
Surely that's like the same argument as violent video games or violent movies making you... a shooter.
No, because if someone has a fetish of leather, they're going to have that bridge into real life. That is a already existing thing. If you have a fetish, you want that in real life because that's your fetish. That's the thing you like.
Yeah, I mean, sexual urges are very powerful.
Yeah. So what?
So you're proposing to get rid of it and make it illegal? What's the actual solution? Like that?
What? Having a discussion. I mean, it's hard to say because, I mean, the people that defend it are right and the people that are against it are right. Maybe they're not always right or wrong for the right reasons. But, I mean, both sides has positives and negatives.
It's like you can't just ban it. Why?
Because, I mean, imagine if you had a daughter, though, and then Shad sexualized her.
I feel like that's a small part of like a bigger thing. It's like a cherry picked point. Like that's not every piece that is drawn.
No, I know
is not like targeting like actual children.
I think the arguments I've seen that crop up on Twitter is whenever he draws it of a real person.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it depends.
When it starts off with a cartoon, then it's like, okay, I guess. But when it starts off as like the concept is a real little girl being drawn.
It's like that he did one of the that it was like a comedy channel. She was like 14. He did one for her as well.
Right.
Yeah. So he's not the first. He's done it constantly.
And like people are going to that potentially because they're already attracted to the real person.
At the end of the day, they're beating their meat over that, like, drawn of a real person who is underage.
But like, if you're boiling it down to that level, you can't ignore the fact that it's not real. Like, it's just not real.
Yeah.
It's like parody almost, like a political cartoon where they're mocking or, you know, changing something into something that it isn't.
It's a question with an impossible answer. Like there's no right answer.
There's no right answer to it. I just find it a bit gross.
Yeah, I think it's
because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the drawing is. Doesn't matter if it's real life. That drawing is of a basically a human body that is prepubescent.
Yeah, of course.
And you're fapping to that, and you're coming to that. That's gross.
Of course, it's like, you know, it's quite weird, quite creepy, but like,
because there is
if it came down to an option of they're allowed to jerk off to that, and that's satiating their wants and needs.
If it does,
they're
then
satisfied
great.
with that. Is that
if
not
it's a
preferable?
paedophile that's doing that instead of
Yeah.
but I'm worried
yeah.
that it's like
Surely sharing around pictures of like cartoon, even though it is like drawn to be like underaged or whatever, surely that is better than actual like real kids who have been like
there's no denying that.
Yeah,
of course,
that's straight fact.
And I don't think anyone can argue with that. You can't. But it's like
people act as if it's on the same level though, and I don't think it is.
No, it's not on the same level.
It's not as the same level as young girls being abducted and raped by
all boys.
Yeah, there's pictures are nothing compared to that real horror and suffering that person goes through for the rest of their life. That's it's like that's 1 and that's 15 million. That's a fucking difference. But it's like I'm pretty sure there is probably some connection with real pedophiles and the consumption of lolliporn.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's where that's the grey area. That's the issue. Regardless of,
and it's just one of those issues like what can you fucking do?
And there's people who will take the very hard stance of it should be banned, and those who like just want it to be free, and it's just like
that's not the kind of thing you can ban anyway. Like that's just like
because it's so
like child porn is banned, but people still, they deal in it. They find
if you ban lolliporn, all it's going to do is just end up on 4chan somewhere for other people to get.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop that. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't be wasting people's time trying to ban lolliporn when we could actually be trying to catch actual pedophiles and that stuff.
That's definitely the priority.
Yeah, surely. It's just a typical like Twitter argument where it's like at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking really matter, and none of the arguments that happen on Twitter really have any sway on anything. Nothing. No one gives a shit.
It's just like a lot of the people who defend it will never say it's like they find it gross. They defend it.
Well,
I get playing devil's advocate and like saying it's not the same. Like it's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
I had a point, but I completely forgot it.
Interesting question.
No, it's just the other thing is that it's normalised within anime community, and it's just like there's never any question of it.
But like that's just what that whole community is about, though, isn't it?
That's why it's a bad community.
Isn't that what like Chibis and Chibis? That's kind of
they're
like
not sexual.
No,
they can be sexual.
Oh no, there's actually been drama. Arby's, they pay this artist to make a chibi like.
Oh, the American fast food
like
restaurant.
They just made this really chibi, just kind of character. And they were just like, draw some art of it. And then the really hardcore anti-child porn stuff went in on Arby's saying that you're giving power to Lolly, and it's just like there's a very clear distinction.
That's like you can draw a child without it being sexual.
A chibi is it's a very stylistic way of drawing things like cute kind of.
Yeah,
it's just a Japanese thing.
Yeah, it's like
we got a
cooking
chibi
mama over there. That's like a chibi thing.
We got chibi Angara.
Yeah, it's that kind of
pop
super
vinyl is really
stylized.
popular, and
chibi.
Hence pop vinyl, I guess. But yeah, they're Chibis.
And people went in on Arby's for that, and it's just like there's a very clear thing between chibi style and actual just like real life human style that's underage.
That's why I just don't look at Twitter anymore. It's all just fucking like arguments over this like ridiculous shit that like doesn't mean anything. Like you're not actually doing anything. You're just complaining about it on Twitter.
I've gone off Twitter.
I used to love Twitter around like 2013. It was like, yeah, I found it. I found my social media. I like this.
No, when it's all your like the people you follow online, and it's their place to sort of.
I think as soon as the type of people you follow on Twitter become drama, that's when Twitter's unenjoyable.
But now they've actually changed Twitter to the point where I'm always recommended tweets. I get notifications on my phone from people I don't follow. Just like random tweets. It's like, you might like this. And it's like
probably because you use it so little.
Infrequently, yeah.
They're trying to bring you on. It's just like I've unfollowed every single bad Twitter and drama. My Twitter is just
cars.
Yes. And I live a happier life because of it. I see some Japanese guys' cars and it's just like cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then probably is just because YouTube or Twitter is so AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I follow any YouTuber. Besides, I follow you. Obviously, I follow you. I don't.
But
follow
I don't
anyone
tweet
else.
shit like that. I just tweet it's either about movies or it's just a fucking meme.
No, you don't tweet because your shit is the Jar Media account. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's where you spew your bile.
This morning I did consider actually making a Twitter, like a separate one
For what?
from either.
Like yours?
Yeah.
Right.
So you can follow me, Jim, and then
I can see the things I
No.
actually want to see.
Yeah.
Then you can see all the cringy pictures I like, and then you can.
I do already though. I see it when I go on Jar Media Twitter. I see it.
You see all the archive.
Fucking
pictures.
embarrassing shit you like.
Don't. I'm an edge boy. Stop.
Well, that was a cheerful subject.
No, I did have a question actually
Oh,
before
go on.
we finally move on from this.
Yes. What's your question, Alec?
It's really like fucked up, but
Great.
Here we go.
there's this Madeleine McCann documentary on Netflix
Right.
about the
It's on
kid
Netflix.
who was kid who was kidnapped. But apparently in that documentary, there's kind of a B plot about these like parents.
The parents of her.
No, just like other parents
Oh, okay.
who, their kids have been kidnapped or something, and I haven't seen it, but from my understanding, there's some kind of choice that the parents have to make, where they're called up and they're asked, "Are you willing to come and identify what might be your child in this like child porn that we found?"
Well, that makes you feel sick just listening to it. Holy fuck.
But I was posed the question, would you be willing as a parent to go and actually do that? Because for me, my immediate answer was no.
It makes me upset.
I couldn't
thinking
do
about
that.
it, to be honest. I could no. Imagine seeing your like daughter just. Oh fuck. No, I'm not answering this.
That's what I mean.
No, that's like.
Jesus.
That's.
That's like the most fucked up thing. Like, as if like having your child kidnapped isn't bad enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then you. Oh no. That.
It's not even like closure. It's just opening a new door.
Yeah.
A new door of fucking pain and misery.
Yeah, it opens severe trauma. That's
But then at the same time, you've already got that open door of your lost child that you have
Yeah.
no idea what happened
But
to.
is it the better thing to not know or to know what happened?
Ignorance is bliss.
It's like
No, but I mean, at that point, I would have to.
Really?
Because
no.
if
Dude,
then
for
then
an
there's
attempt at closure.
not closure, but surely that would help the police get a step closer to potentially finding these people.
Yeah, they might
That's
find,
something.
They might find the people, but your child would probably be dead. You know, somewhere.
I mean, not
Never see
necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I mean,
like,
if there's any chance I could get my kid back, I'd have to do it.
it's
man.
no, that
It's
is
just like a fucked. It's
that's
just
a
horrible.
really horrible moral question that some people
Yeah,
probably
it's-
had to like, deal with. Like that's
I
Like-
can't believe there are people in this world that would put a kid and a parent through that.
Hmm.
It's so
It's like-
sickening.
I've
Actual
been through horrible
derangement.
things emotionally, and you know I've cried over them, and it's just like I can't imagine having to see that, and like that would break me so much, and I just cry for like years.
Well,
because it's just so horrible.
I watched the show Broadchurch recently, which is kind of it's the one with David Tennant and Olivia Colman,
That's
Oscar
right, yeah.
winner Olivia Colman, and the show is about the murder of a child. So you can imagine how fucking heavy it is, like from episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
First season is like fucking amazing though.
How were you watching it?
I bought it on iTunes.
Hmm.
You should watch at least season 1. It's fucking brilliant. Really interesting. Deals with like basically every discussion we've had on today's cast. Yeah.
Well,
It's really interesting. Anyway, fucking hell. And before
do you no, actually, do you want, I can add something to this. Do you know about the really severe child kidnapping that's in China?
No.
There's
I don't really know anything about China.
50 plus thousand kids get like stolen, kidnapped a year.
What, in the whole country?
Yeah, I found this like the thing about like following loads of Japanese Twitter is sometimes I'll just see cars and other times I just see the weirdest shit. And it was this video that was quite literally they were trying to raise awareness for the severe kidnappings, and it's just like people will literally walk by, open a van door, steal a kid. That's it.
It's gone.
And it's normalised there. And all these kids are going somewhere. It's like it's freaky. And they were literally saying, "Don't take your kid to China because they'll get kidnapped." Like, that's how bad the issue is
Probably
in China.
more of a target as well there.
Yeah.
Like one of our little
And
white boy kids.
You know, because the people doing it weren't even like skilled. If a kid was walking on the street, they'd just grab the hand and just try to run, and the parent would go chasing. It's really normalised, and it's fucking disgusting. So don't go to China, please.
Like in a place where the media
go
is
to China.
controlled, you know. Like
Yeah, none of the kids get seen again. The police don't even investigate into it. From what I've heard, it's fucked.
God damn. I mean, yeah. Last episode we talked about like all this political shit, right?
And this episode,
And you weren't sure if you wanted to leave it in. Yeah.
No, we did.
I always wanted to leave it in.
Yeah.
I just thought we shouldn't maybe go so political.
There was a discussion anyway.
It
About
was.
last
It
episode.
opened up a dialogue, and it was great. There was people talking about it, which is good. It's good to see the JAR community be able to take heart more political subjects and still, you know.
I'd say the response was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Especially
It
the
was
ones
really
on Reddit.
good. Everyone was respectful.
Yeah.
That I read anyway.
Yeah.
Because I do every day. I always on the first Monday it's out. I always go through the comments on the end of that day, and then
I will say though, I think we will try and not talk about subjects like that one specifically, because it's like I don't even think the discussion is that interesting to be had from our perspective anyway. Like, what informed opinion are we really going to add to it besides?
I think it's
like a
good that we did
surface level
talk
kind
about
of-
it, because it's good for us to talk about that stuff sometimes, and sometimes
It depends on what it actually is. I think because of where that one took place in New Zealand, it felt a bit more like
Well, it's got
there's
a
more of
tie
a
to
link.
us.
Yeah, where it's like with all the like we don't really talk about the like American shootings that go down. We try and avoid that kind of topic, but
I think as a podcast, you know, we've talked about very serious things on this podcast. I think sometimes we need to talk about politics, and we should. We've talked about mental health. We've talked about addictions. You know,
Definitely.
Sometimes
those things we have a personal like connection with, though.
Yeah.
Is the only difference.
It's like we're not going to next week talk about the state of Brexit. It's like, no, that's not our place. We're not going to talk about it. But if, you know, something happens to some of our family or something like that, it's like, it's the real connections which we talk about. Really.
By the way, the name of this episode is Jolo Truglio. Let's bring the mood down a bit. Well, up a bit.
Yeah, mood up.
Bring the mood up.
The mood couldn't get much lower.
Than that.
Jim mentioned Brooklyn Nine-Nine earlier. The comedy, the Andy
Yes,
Samberg
Queen.
comedy. And there's a character in it called Boyle, played by this actor, who I found out has the name Jolo Truglio. His name is Jolo Truglio. Like, that's his actual name.
Fucking, that's a cool name.
Jolo Truglio.
I mean, he looks like his name.
He looks like a Jolo Truglio.
Yeah, specifically the Truglio part.
He actually does look. He suits his fucking name so well.
A bit. I would.
No, 100% does.
Truglio.
If you've seen him in motion, anyone who's seen the show will know what we're talking about.
Cholo.
But yeah, actually, but Jolo Truglio actually sounds like a JARCAST title already.
Yeah,
so
it sounds made up.
It sounds made up. It's so perfect that that's the name of this episode. So I thought I should explain that at the very least. Right, let's do it, folks. Let's go into the JAR Media Reddit and answer some questions.
Imagine being dominated by that.
Right.
BDSM Mr. Krabs.
So if you want to leave your own questions for us to ask on the JARCAST, head over to the JAR Media Reddit and there's a suggestion thread. Let's start with fuck's sake. A question from, or a statement from Banana Ray.
That's familiar, that name.
Hi Alex, this is your real life husband. I know you've been cheating on me with that slut whore cunt bitch grapefruit. I'm packing my bags, I'm taking the kids and I'm leaving you. I cannot believe you've stabbed me in the back on this day after our 12 years of marriage. Wow, just wow. It's going to be like this. You've taken me for granted for too long. Now it is the day you truly learn to fear me, the banana.
How do they actually know you're gay, though?
I mean, they probably put it together, the banana thing.
How's the banana gay?
I suppose I didn't say about the time I put it in my bum.
There's nothing
Why is
wrong
that
with,
gay?
There's nothing wrong with sticking fingers in your bum.
Because as a
there's
gay
nothing
man...
wrong with being gay.
There's nothing wrong with being gay.
As a gay man, that turns me on.
And there's nothing wrong with having something up your bum turn you on.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially when it's vibrator. Boo, turn on. Ah.
I also like the feedback from people on the Jar Reddit who they're like searching for like the weirdest technique to jerk off with now.
Really? Is that what we've
Is
created?
this-
They're going in.
Is this hands-on research or is this
No, actual hands-on research.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
condom full of water isn't one of them.
You tried that.
I'm pretty
You know
sure
water isn't a lubricant, right?
I was like 14.
I remember a time you thought it was hilarious to go to, because at our school, if you went to like the nurse lady,
Oh, yeah.
the school
Oh, yeah.
nurse,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could ask for condoms,
Yeah.
and she would just give you free condoms.
Which is just the funniest.
Yeah, so you went with your crew to get some free condoms.
Adam Guy.
Stash DK says, if all the Jar members morphed into a single being, what would it look like? What would zoologists call it, and what special powers would it possess?
You know,
It would be called Jolo Truglio.
Yeah, it'd be called Jolo
You know-
Truglio. There you go.
you know
It would look
Shaggy
like him.
from the second Scooby-Doo movie. When he gets really buff, that would be us. This is monster.
No, we'd be female Shaggy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we would.
What would zoologists call it? Yeah, Jolo Truglio. What special powers would it possess?
It'd be able to drive cars really fast.
It would take one thing from all of us. Ruben's height.
Yep.
James's driving ability. Jim's love of pasta. And what do you get from me?
Weed.
That's not like...
It's not a power.
It's not part of me.
Okay, it would just be your humour. That's what it would take. Your weirdness, just you in general, I think.
Your dressing gown.
Oh, yeah, someone actually made this joke in a reply to this very comment.
Oh.
Alex_W123 said, it would have James's ability to drift, Jamie's pro gaming skills, and
Damn.
Alex's ability to use any fruit as a masturbation tool.
That is the ultimate being.
We can cook banging pasta. The fruit that's left over, we can masturbate with.
We
and then-
can,
We can.
because we'll be one being.
And then we
Yeah.
can drift to the shops to get more fruit.
Moonduck1 has a brilliant question for James.
Wee.
What car is each of the Madagascar cast?
Okay, show me pictures of the Madagascar.
I'll go
cast.
through Alex the Lion.
No, I need to see pictures.
Okay, fine.
I'll get up Gloria.
Madagascar movie cast.
Okay, show me.
Right, let's start with right, Alex the Lion.
Alex the Lion. Ooh. Alex, it's hard to think of what Alex would be. He's
He's like the generic everyman. What's the generic everyman car?
a Golf. A
Okay.
Volkswagen Golf.
Okay, so Alex is a Golf. Gloria, the big
Pontiac
fat hippo.
Aztec.
Pontiac Aztec.
What is a Pontiac Aztec?
Can you
car.
search?
It's-
Can you
it's-
Google search Pontiac Aztec so I can see it? Melman the giraffe.
Mazda MX-5.
And Marty the zebra.
It's the Breaking Bad car.
That's actually a really good pick from James. This is a great question.
Look at the
wait,
back
what-
of it there.
What was the Melman again? Mazda. Which one?
Mazda MX-5. The
Can you
one we
search that,
like.
Jim?
The one we literally talk about. It's one
Why
of
would that
them.
be a Melman?
He's a giraffe.
And it's a convertible 2-seater. It'd be perfect for him.
Oh, right. This is the cars they could drive.
This is the cars they'd be. He'd be an MX-5.
Yeah, it's the car they are, isn't it?
Yeah, and he'd be a Mazda MX-5.
Surely it should be something really tall.
What was Marty anyway?
Okay, no,
Chris
he'd be
Rock.
Marty.
Zebra.
Yeah, Marty the
Zebra.
zebra.
He's... Give me a description of his character.
Funny. Is friends with Alex. He's
Urban.
an urban legend. God, how could you actually describe that character?
He'd be a Vauxhall Nova.
He's really good at spitting water. He is though.
He's a
No,
Vauxhall
he is.
Nova.
That's his skill.
He had an iPad. iPod. We know he had an iPod.
He cares about his friends.
Okay, the giraffe, Melman.
You already said Melman.
No, I'm changing it. It makes more sense for him to be something else. He'd be a Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Chrysler PT Cruiser.
He'd be the trucky one.
Oh shit! What about King Julian? The lemur.
I like to move it.
Give me. You've got to explain his character just so I can.
Racist. Caricature. Over the
very
top.
right wing.
Very right wing.
No, wait, no. He's
a dictator.
Yeah, he's a dictator. He's a communist.
What would a dictator drive?
No, what would a dictator be?
Yeah, what car would it? Yeah, whatever, man. What car would he be?
I don't know the name of it, but it's the car. Literally every serious dictator owned this one car. It's the dictator car. It's a Mercedes, and it has fucking curtains, and it's like, I can't explain.
I'd say the Rolls Royce that Rajneesh had.
That's actually quite good. We'll do one more.
The Penguins. Skipper.
Okay, we'll do two more.
See, they're the right wing ones.
No, King Julian would be that.
Say the name of it. The Mercedes.
So people can Google it.
It's a Mercedes 600.
A Mercedes 600. Okay.
Well, let's just say a lot of dictators. There's more people been killed by those cars than AR-15s.
Jim, you said what? The Penguins? The Penguins.
They'd be
mopeds. Those fucking moped gang.
Okay. And finally, Mort.
Mort. Who's Mort?
I'll show you a picture of
little
him.
Dibby.
Andy Richter, that little creature.
He'd be a Suzuki Cappuccino.
A Suzuki Cappuccino.
Who would Kung Fu Panda be? Poe. Kung Fu Panda.
Fiat Panda.
Yeah, there you go.
Fiat Panda.
Yeah, he'd be one of them.
That was a good question.
That's such a cute Dibby car.
We used to have one. Well,
Fiat Panda.
When we were kids, our mum had one.
Oh, blooming hell.
That was a great
In
question.
Jersey.
Oh, Jesus.
Tiny car for a tiny island.
Was it the regional Fiat Panda then? It wasn't the new one. It was the original little
It was
Fiat.
back in like the early 2000s.
Oh, this is a good one to talk about. Miller Van says, have you heard all the controversies surrounding Shane Dawson and him fucking his cat?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
This is funny because I'd just started watching a few Shane Dawson videos purely for the intrigue of his content.
With his terrible, awful videos.
They are hilarious. Shane Dawson is possibly the best YouTuber at the moment.
I'd also like to say congratulations to him. So he got engaged recently. Or
He
married?
did actually.
Congrats.
He had to make a quick move after the cat stuff to like draw attention away.
Right.
I'm just waiting for my favourite YouTuber, James Charles.
Well, do we want to explain what this fucking cat thing is then?
Yeah, so
for those who don't know.
It was like a podcast or something from years and years ago, where he said he put his cat on its back, put his dick on the cat's like stomach, and then rubbed his dick on the cat until he came all over his cat.
Right.
And it was a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know the context of the joke, like what came before and after. But that's all because someone tweeted that.
Yeah.
The audio. And so then Shane Dawson immediately tweeted,
I did not fuck my cat.
yeah, I didn't
Never
fuck my
put
cat.
dick near my cat.
I didn't come on my cat. I never put my dick near my cat. ETC.
The most
Never done
hilarious
anything
tweet
but
ever
my
written.
cat.
And so it's been memed.
The fact that you even had to say that.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to make another apology video after last year.
He actually thought it was necessary to make a video
He
about
just-
why he didn't fuck his cat.
It's because he used to be an edgelord and now his audience is quite different, I guess.
Is it though?
I don't know. I don't know who his audience is. All I know is that he's a great YouTuber that makes solid content.
Probably the funniest YouTuber.
Huh?
Fucking Rumpelstiltskin from Shrek 4.
Don't insult his appearance.
No, I hate him. I'm sorry. I'll never forgive him for what he did to me.
What, making a movie that you voluntarily watched?
No, not that. No, it's his. He stole a joke from me.
He didn't.
Hang up. I'll be back after these messages.
He didn't write that show.
No, Shane Dawson didn't steal a joke from me.
He just didn't.
He put a video on his channel from someone who did steal a joke from me, and he refused to acknowledge it, and it angered me.
Oh, back when you were edgy, you were like, my fucking... You were so angry over that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well,
back
you should
when I was
be.
edgy?
That is bullshit.
It wasn't like a stretch comparison.
No,
like it was like
he did the exact.
He
same
just stole my fucking joke.
What Shane
And it was a
Dawson
shit joke as
obviously
well.
did though was he just didn't do any research. He probably didn't even watch the video that he put on his channel.
No, of course not. It's just like sloppy, unprofessional, shitty, like bad work.
Damn.
No, honestly, it fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, well,
baby
It's the one fucking rule on you. There are 2 rules on YouTube. You don't fucking copy each other directly, like verbatim, and you don't leak DMs or secretly record people.
You leak my DMs all the time.
No, I don't.
Yes,
different. That's jar. That's fucking different. If you were
No,
talking
it's not
about
different
if
at all.
you were shit talking like if you were a 10 million sub channel and you're DMing me saying about how you hate so and so, and then I leak the DMs, that's a cunty thing to do. That's like a no. It's one of the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alex is a 2 million one, so you know what?
No,
Bye,
I had
Alex.
someone secretly record like a Discord call I was in.
What?
Once.
Were you being drastically racist? Like
I didn't
you
say
always are?
anything like bad, but
Why-
like
Why were they recording you?
it was like literally 3 or 4 hours into the call, they were like, "Yeah, by the way, we actually recorded this entire thing." It was just like, well, I'm not going to say who it was. I'll tell you guys after.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
really, really bad.
I actually didn't know how to react. It was like, fuck.
Guys, you just
Right.
can't DM anyone or they'll leak it all. Oh, shit.
It was like, this is why you have to be so fucking careful. Luckily, I didn't say anything like bad. Like,
Like even a joke.
we were literally just talking about a movie. Like, that was it. But it was like, I think they expected the conversation to go a different way.
Were they doing it to record you?
Yeah.
This has blown my mind.
Wait,
I feel
oh
like
my
I've told you
God.
before.
Is there any controversy in your DMs that you're scared of? Oh, there's
Me?
so much in mine. Pictures of Elon Musk. Oh shit. Someone's gonna leak my DMs.
Elon Musk DMs.
No, there's pictures of Billy as well.
Okay, no, Billy pictures can't be released that haven't been released already.
No, my DM strategy is I just send pictures of Alex.
No, your phone automatically saves pictures that are sent to you on WhatsApp.
That's what I used
and
to
you've
send.
never-
So
yeah, so-
anything you send me might get sent to
Yeah,
someone
loads
else.
of unflattering, like, triple chin pictures of me and Ruben and Alex and you.
Pictures we send in. Actually, yeah, James is the leaker of Jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. No, but that's my thing now. If pictures work together, they get posted on my Twitter. But there's none of you because there's no pictures of you.
No,
So it's just me, Alex.
No,
and
that Instagram one was very funny. There are 2 types of gamers in this world.
It's only different because we
Minecraft.
both did that. So
Yeah.
it's the only thing that worked. And we both had bubble apps on, so it was like,
A Pop Hiss says, any plans to do more is as good as they say videos? It's been a while since the last one.
what? I'm too busy thinking about the weed hat.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a great series.
What?
As good as they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I have an idea for ones I want to do, which would be pretty funny, but just got to do it.
Yeah, and we will.
Yeah. We've got the first one lined up. I hate
Nope.
everything.
I hate everything as good as they say.
I can't be on that episode. Then.
What?
Do you don't think there's a bit of a conflict of interest?
No?
You're not IH. You're not IH.
It was Augie the whole time.
Augie. Augie, no pee-poo. Pee-poo, no cookie. Where is he?
I'm kind of suffering because I need to release feces from my rectum.
Don't worry, we'll just do a couple more then.
Wreck them.
I need to release feces.
Is that an Apex Legends quote?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
I have to I have to read this one. They
Okay.
put too much effort into it.
I think it's on a word.
The Hole in My Garden has this one. I've noticed that whenever you guys say my name, you say it with a hint of sadness, and I apologise if I've been any kind of pain to you at all. I will attempt to ask better questions in the future, but for now, I have a question for the man who wasn't there, like the movie. So for Jim. What Madagascar character are the cast of Red Dead Redemption 2?
Oh, fuck. No.
Okay.
No,
Jesus.
in case you uggo fools fail to answer this totally rad and not worthless question, I will submit a more up-to-date list of what I believe to be the answer. And they actually have a list.
Jesus Christ.
They have a list of characters they believe.
Okay.
Want me to go through it and just see if we agree with it or not?
Yeah.
Alex the Lion, Arthur Morgan, Marty, John Marsden.
You see, I don't
That
know
works.
if that would be the other way around though.
Why?
Because the Red Dead 1, like the first one, the main character, John
Yeah.
Marsden, is that not more of a Alex?
That's actually quite a good point. Yeah. No, I think you might be right. John Marsden should be Alex. Yeah. Gloria, Sadie Adler. Melman, Leopold Strauss. I'd say those are both good.
They are good decisions.
Skipper is Dutch Vanderlyn.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Rico, Micah Bell.
Yeah.
Kowalski, Hosea Matthews.
Yep.
Private, Jack Marsden. Don't know about Private.
No, I'd say Jack Marsden is Mort.
Yeah. This is such like the most ridiculous like discussion right now. But
Wait, that means we need to fill in Private. A character that is kind of a fuck up, kind of a dumbass.
Isn't there a character in the gang who like dies off screen that you'd like never know? They
There's
reference.
two, yeah.
We'll come back after the list. It's
Yeah.
nearly over. Moto is Charles Smith. Bit racist, but
Yeah.
Alex's mum, Abigail Roberts.
What? Wait, okay, with his original one, how does that make any sense?
He said, "Yes, I'm aware of the connotations." So in this guy's versions, it would be his mother.
No, in this version, Arthur Morgan.
Sorry, his ex-GF, right?
No, if he could have been clever and said that Arthur Morgan was Alex the Lion's dad should be Arthur Morgan.
So then who would be John?
Alex.
No, John is Alex the Lion. Arthur is Alex the Lion's dad. And then Marty is...
God, this is so
I'd say
confusing.
Marty should be...
This is too confusing. Stefano the Sea Lion.
No, wait. Do you not think...
This is fucked up.
Do you
Jim.
not think Arthur Morgan is kind of a father figure to John?
Yeah, no, he definitely is.
I'd say he's more of like a brother.
They're brotherly as well, but I mean...
He's like to me, he's
I
like an
guess-
older brother
John's...
because of the way he is around John Marston's kid.
Yeah.
That fucking game rules.
I wish it was on PC.
Stefano the Sea Lion is uncle. Yeah, I have no issues with that.
Mm-hmm.
Vitally the Tiger, Bill Williamson. Chantal Dubois, Agent Milton. That's perfect.
Wait, who's Chantal de...
She's the villain of Madagascar 3.
Who's who?
Agent Milton. An unnamed French henchman is Edgar Ross.
No, I'd do it the other way around.
Yeah, other way
Edgar
around.
Ross is more important to the overall plot of both games.
Makunga is Colmo Driscoll. Is Makunga Alec Baldwin from Madagascar 2?
Yeah, I guess. Wait, then that means Dutch should be Alex's dad.
Oh my my god, this is actually
Stop. This is just ridiculous.
This is really difficult. And Hosea is Alex's mum.
Okay.
This is getting really confusing.
It's nearly done. Smart Monkey is Josiah Trelawney. That work?
I guess.
Gia is Mary Linton. I don't even know who Gia is from Madagascar.
Yeah.
Whatever. And Zuba, Alex's dad, is Reverend Swanson.
See, no.
It's too detached.
Yeah. Like, a father is very tied to the character. I'd say, we need someone for King Julian. He didn't have anyone for King Julian, did he?
No. There are a few more, but I'm not going to read them because they're just like unnamed dog in Madagascar 3. Stuff like that.
King Julian can be,
Sean. Loudmouth. Got attitude. Or have King Julian be that O'Driscoll, one of the gang leaders.
No, they're too friendly with, King Julian in the movies.
Okay, Sean then.
Okay. Who's Lenny?
Oh my god. I can't actually keep track anymore. My brain is died.
Lenny can be private.
Okay. James, we have one for you now. You can sit back up. It's over. That was like 10 minutes of that.
That's a really hard question. I might have to go home and like look at the cast and the Madagascar cast and like link it all up.
You know that meme? That's Jim. Whiteboard. Madagascar characters read their codes.
It's the most. I love that question so much.
No, I've got an idea.
What?
Nothing.
King Wavy asks, Dear James, your technique is more of an anecdote, really. Your technique for sniffing out the no hand washers is so incredibly moist. I decided to try it myself. I currently go to an American university and wanted to see if us two don't wash our penis grabbers. I decided to go into the bathroom of the English building on the second floor and waited inside a stall. This turned out to be an awful idea because it was a midnight on a Monday, so air traffic was light. However, my efforts weren't in vain as some college chode walked in. He was wearing all white Vans and dark blue skinny jeans, a true pleb walking among us.
You just described Alex.
I don't wear Vans.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You have.
Okay, I got mixed up between the whatever ones you like.
Converse.
Yeah.
Converse
and Vans. They're the same thing.
He walked into the adjacent stall, stood there for a second without closing the door, and walked back out towards the sinks. After a few seconds of nothing, a move had to be made. This is when I decided to confront this marauder face to face. When I did open the door to my stall, there he was masturbating to known porn star Riley Reid, with no sound for some reason. I was shocked and embarrassed at the same time, and quickly left the facility. Why he was there at 12, who knows? He must live on campus if he was there that late. Then again, I don't live on campus and I was there. If the Lele Pons porn lover washed his hands, who knows? But what I do know is that he has good taste in porn stars. Kindest regard, King Wavy.
No fucking way.
No, that's
You think
a
that's
joke.
fake?
Yeah. No one would.
Who would go into a public fucking
No one would just
toilet
go out
and
the toilet with their trousers down there, wiggle across to the sink and start.
I hope it's true,
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's true.
but I mean the odds are against him.
It's a good tactic though. Always use it.
Speaking of Riley Reid though, we're gonna get her on the JARCAST.
Yep. She's gonna suck our toes.
Just gonna smoke blunts through our
Yeah.
toes.
Some people aren't gonna get that.
Do you think Riley Reid is dirty?
She's probably very clean. I mean she's definitely rich, so I'm sure she has good
I'm saying with her her job. I'm wondering if James.
No, but you mean her.
how
Do you mean her current job or her last job?
What is her current job?
Well, we discussed this in McDonald's.
You think I can remember that?
do you not?
Do you not?
What's her job? Is she an actual escort now?
That's what you were saying.
That's what we were theorizing.
No, I didn't say. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, I mean, you.
No, we talked about it because there was a video of her sucking Little Pump's toe while smoking a blunt through his toes.
I find it unlikely that she would go around like fucking all these celebrities and not get some sort of money for it. Like,
yeah.
Maybe it's not on like a business, but you know, just money under the
But
table.
something on the side, perhaps.
I mean, I'm not one to accuse anyone of anything. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
She's making a
do what she
living.
wants.
I mean, yeah, how,
I mean, it's glad to see her rap career's taking off quite well. But
yeah, after her first masterpiece.
yeah, if you want to know what we're talking about,
Dick popping pussy.
just then the N-word on repeat. If you want to go on YouTube and search Riley Reid rap.
It's
And-
fucking. Oh,
It's
It's
good.
legendary.
No, don't.
it's legendary.
Don't say anything.
It's like
about
it's like when you get an Apex pack and you see it gold. It's like pops out Wiley Reid rap. Boom.
Black Santa says, should people still listen to Michael Jackson's music?
it. I mean, do what you want to do.
That's a question.
There's
The
no...
thing is, everyone has been in denial for the past,
yeah,
like,
he's
20
always been a
years.
creepy guy.
Not only has he been a creepy guy, but he went to court for being accused of the very thing this documentary
Mhm.
was about, and I mean, it's highly likely that he just paid off the people that were accusing him.
Yeah.
So,
But the
Well-
question was, music. Would
Well,
you still
to
listen?
be fair, the way I consider this is I grew up playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and his songs were in that game. So it's like
So the
my
answer is yes.
nostalgia is that. Billie Jean's a good song, and I like that.
There's
song.
no argument that they're not banging
I'd never
songs.
say they're bad songs, but I don't have any.
I'm not like a Michael Jackson
I'm
mega
not
fan
either.
anyway.
I'm not. Even a
I
fan,
just I find it so sad that like in the 80s he was the representation for like a black dude that has made it. Like,
Yeah,
in a time where
like a
that,
mega star.
that didn't happen, and he was that.
That's probably because of
and
his
it's just
childhood, though.
It's so sad.
Yeah, pretty disturbed.
Oh god, yeah.
Vaping Fury says, "Hey Joe, I've recently been listening to the old Yogs and realised you've been asked, do you guys believe or had paranormal experiences over 3 times? What is a question that keeps being asked and you felt you've already answered it?
This one.
Or the ghost one?
No. Being asked how many times we've been asked a question.
I don't remember. I forget after the end.
There are certain things that are on like a cycle where it's like after a few weeks and it's
Yeah.
like, right, back to that.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Really specific like Halo Wars anecdotes I feel like have been said like 10 times over the course of the...
To be honest, I
150
don't remember.
episodes.
I don't remember 3 years ago. There's just been too many episodes. I don't remember any of them.
Liam the Kaz has a philosophical question. Do you guys think some people are...
No, it's fine.
Is it fine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it flashes when the card's kind of going... Mama. Do you guys think some people are born evil or that people become bad due to their circumstances,
Most of the-
environment and other
It's always
influences?
environment.
I think it's always environment.
It says a bit of both.
Yeah, a nice little mix of both. The movie and or book we need to talk about Kevin is all about this very
Yeah.
conundrum. Yeah, who knows?
I mean,
So many variables come to craft a human to what they are. It's hard to imagine like a baby actually being born evil, though.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe if there's like a chemical imbalance that makes their brain act in a certain way.
I mean, are psychopaths made? Can psychopaths come from
I thought they...
love?
Is that not a definitive yes, though? They can be made, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like a lot of serial killers do it based on like traumatic things they experienced as little kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it just fucks them up so severely
Yeah.
that they go on to, you know, do their crazy things.
What wacky people they are. We as a society love psychos. God, we really do live in one, don't we?
We live in a simulation.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Dan Far Away says, have you boys considered making a movie together? I assume it would turn out slightly better than the Smosh or Channel Awesome movies.
Why? Why would it turn out better?
Yeah, it'd probably be quite similar.
Yeah.
Actually, the Channel Awesome movies are so incredibly bad. They're so like embarrassingly amateur. I safely say we could make a movie better than any of the Channel Awesome movies.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's not too much.
No, not at all.
Because the bar is so incredibly fucking
Low, yeah.
subnautically low.
You just have to have it, make the story somewhat realistic. Like all of those stories, besides the Smosh one,
And
all the
use
Channel
like a
Awesome ones are so
camera
fucking-
that isn't like shit as well.
Yeah, an iPod camera.
Have lighting, stuff like that.
Just make a short film about street racing. That's easy.
I feel like we wouldn't, as a group, have a very cohesive idea.
No, I tell you
Yeah.
all to fuck off about 2 minutes into it and then go.
No, one person. Like that's the issue of like the Smosh movie. It's like they just made their YouTube channel into a movie. So
Yeah,
What the fuck you
I
doing?
agree. Yeah. No, it couldn't be like
You need a
the
story.
Jar movie.
yeah, you need a story.
Yeah.
You need like characters who go through something and change, who are like different at the end.
No,
No,
that's
at the
so.
beginning.
That's no. Movies aren't like that. Not every movie has to. People have
Not,
to
of
change.
course, not everyone does, but if you're starting out making some kind of movie, that's just a good, safe place to start. Use some kind of formula.
I'd
So what
want to
you
make
do-
a Western.
Okay, so that would be shit.
That would be fucking.
No.
It'd be embarrassingly shit if we made a Western.
No, it would be awesome. Like, we could have like a weed cookie joke. We could have
Oh, shit.
like a big block of ice fall on someone.
If we could get the budget
Stop
together, we could
referencing
animate
that
a
movie,
sheep.
Jim.
We could animate a sheep like pissing.
Yeah, we could have like each of us get our face pissed on by a sheep. God. Now that
No,
would
let's
be
just
funny.
make a street racing movie. It's really easy.
that would be shit.
How would it be shit?
Yeah, that would be shit.
We tried watching Tokyo Drift, and
We now watched Fast and Furious while you were gone.
Yeah,
the
me and
first
James
one?
watched Fast and Furious 5.
6.
oh, I've already
No,
seen
it's-
that one.
No,
No, it was 6.
It was 6.
I've
it was
seen that
6.
one.
Yeah.
we've seen that one.
Oh, I thought you meant the first one because
No.
you've been
No.
trying to convince.
No.
I
Alex.
just want him to see Vin Diesel actually acting.
No, he doesn't.
He just talks more. Sorry, but that movie has made me who I am. So I've got to pay my tributes to that movie.
Let's find one more to do to end on.
Okay, blah. I need to do reconciliation.
Stop yawning. It's like it's 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm catching James's yawns.
Well, I'm catching it now.
fault.
Oh, Mum.
I've had a hard day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's end on this little story, because I like these. How jar media is affecting people's lives. Right? So this one's from Picasso. Not spelt like the artist, but clearly referencing his name. To be honest, it pisses me off so much that they have Picasso's signature on those fucking awful cars.
Oh no, it's insulting.
It's actually
disgusting.
insulting. Like, I can't believe that.
He was a scumbag though, so whatever.
Yeah, of course he was.
They all were.
Who's they?
James, if you're going to talking to the fucking mic.
I've got a Citroen, sorry.
Hey jar lads, writing this after experiencing my first bruh moment involving your cast at college.
Bruh.
I save up casts for weeks so that I can spend all of my longest day of the week, Tuesday, listening to them. My bruh moment happened at some point during the Alex and James quadrilogy, where Alex was reading old reviews he'd left on different Amazon products.
That was the porn one. That was
I'm
the porn
glad
video.
I fucking missed that.
Oh, that was fucking class. That
It
was,
was
a
actually
great
funny
video.
as
That
fuck.
was great.
Yeah, but I've heard them all before.
You wouldn't remember them,
You
though,
wouldn't
Jim.
remember them.
They're way worse than you remember.
They are. He liked Halo 4 in that time, so you know how bad it was.
Yeah, I did. I gave it like a really
5
good
fucking
review
stars.
on Amazon. I'd sit there and I'd review games. And I'd be like, here are the pros, here are the cons. Here's my score.
In Amazon reviews.
Sitting quietly at the front of the entire class with earphones in, I could just about hold my laughter at the HDMI cable review non sequitur. after about pausing for 10 minutes to regain composure, but completely lost it at the RAM review. As soon as Alex advised taking out a pair of scissors to cut along the line that had already been started. Do you get it?
Yeah, I do.
On a stick of RAM, it's got that little notch that looks like scissors have already started cutting it. That was the joke for that one.
Yeah, I got it. Jim's never unboxed up RAM then, has he?
It was that.
Yeah,
It was that RAM that I got for that red laptop.
Yeah. I know. I'll double the RAM, then I can play Minecraft.
I paused the pod again to regain composure to hear the deafening silence of my class. Probably the most embarrassing thing to happen to me in recent memory. I'd like to say I got a girlfriend out of this situation, but if anything, I think it only worsened the chances of that happening. Just thought you ought to know it ruined my day. Keep it up, lads. Sorry for the big old post. Mama.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies.
That was funny.
Jar should go on the Undateables.
What's that?
You're an undateable. That's why you go on the Undateables.
What is it though?
It's a dating
TV
show
show
for people who are undateable.
Who's undateable? Give an example.
John Bo Biglia, whatever he's called.
Jolo Truglio.
Truglio.
I think Argy's undateable.
No.
He doesn't have balls, so...
He was in a relationship with Minnie, the Labrador, and a relationship with
No,
Max.
Argy's actually a...
He's a player.
Yeah.
He's a bitch, though.
He's bi as well.
And he's a giver, not a receiver.
Yeah.
What's wrong with being a giver and not a receiver?
Nothing, I'm saying that's a...
I'm saying it's a good thing.
Yeah. Like, you can sit back, relax, and peanut butter your butthole. And thank you for listening to this episode.
I did not fuck Argy. I did not come on Argy.
I didn't put my butthole anywhere near it. Thank you for watching this episode of the JARCAST. Thank you again to our
Patreons over at Patreon.
Patreons over at Patreon. Zoom.
Skadoosh.